Good morning. Next is the Kiliani-Fisher synthesis. What is that? The Kiliani-Fisher synthesis. What is Kiliani-Fisher synthesis? Look at it here. It is a synthetic route. This is a synthetic route by which the carbon chain of an aldose can be increased by one carbon to yield a pair of higher epimeric aldose. That means aldose can be increased by one carbon to yield a pair of higher epimeric aldose. Using this method, a tetrose can be converted into a pair of epimeric pentoses. A pentose can be converted into a pair of epimeric hexoses. In a very simple way, we can say that by Kiliani-Fisher synthesis, a tetrose can be converted into a pair of epimeric pair of pentoses, and a pentose can be converted into next higher homologue, that means a hexose, epimeric pair of hexoses. This method of preparation of a higher aldose is known as the Kiliani-Fisher synthesis. Very simple. By Kiliani-Fisher synthesis, an aldose with a particular carbon can be increased by 1 to get the next higher homologue. Okay. So let us go through the Kiliani-Fisher synthesis with an example. So, in Kiliani-Fisher synthesis, let us take D-arabinose. What is that? D-arabinose. D-arabinose is this is aldopentose. Aldopentose means this D-arabinose containing 5 carbon atom. This D-arabinose can be converted into aldopentose, can be converted into aldohexose. That means 2 epimeric pair, or you can say that epimeric pair of aldohexoses. That means D-arabinose can be converted into D-glucose and D-mannose. Okay, this is an example for a Kiliani-Fisher synthesis. D-arabinose, that is an aldopentose. That means D-arabinose containing 5 carbon atom, which can be converted into aldohexoses. 2 aldohexoses, epimeric pair of aldohexoses. One is D-glucose, which is containing 6 carbon atom, and D-mannose also containing 6 carbon atom. These two are epimeric pairs. What do you mean by epimeric pairs? These two pairs are differ in configuration at the newly formed chiral carbon that we have studied. Now let us go through this conversion of D-arabinose into D-glucose and D-mannose. Okay. In Kiliani-Fisher synthesis, the first step one, addition of hydrogen cyanide HCN into the aldose to form diastereomeric nitrides or cyanohydrins. So addition of HCN into the aldose to form diastereomeric cyanohydrins. What is the meaning of that? Addition of HCN into aldose, which is our starting aldose, our aldopentose, that means D-arabinose. How will you write D-arabinose? CHOCOH CH2OH. This is our D-arabinose. Okay. This is a 5 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 carbon aldose, arabinos. This is our starting compound, aldose. First step, addition of HCN into this aldose, into this arabinos. That means addition of HCN, addition of HCN. We know that in aldehyde and ketone, how will you add HCN? C double bond O, aldehyde or ketone, plus HCN. Okay. What is the nucleophilic addition reaction? We know that H plus and Cn minus. Cn minus will attack here, so it will be shifted to here. So what will get here? You are getting here. It will become Cn, and this will become OH. Okay, that we have studied addition of HCN, H plus and Cn minus. This Cn minus will attack once again. The Cn minus will attack the positively charged carbon. This we have studied. Okay. Then this will be shifted to here. Then the positively charged hydrogen will go to oxygen. Similarly, this CHO can be written as C double bond O and H. Look at it here very carefully. The CHO group in the D-arabinos can be this is the actual structure of CHO group. Then addition of HCN. We know that the CO group is a polar group. This is delta plus and oxygen is delta minus. Therefore, what will happen? This is H plus and Cn minus. H plus and Cn minus. This is delta positive. This Cn minus will attack on this carbon. So and this will be shifted to here. And what will happen? In the next step, H plus will join with the oxygen and the Cn will come to carbon. So you get the structure like this. Look at it here. C. Now I am taking this C. This will change into O minus and H is joining. So it will become CH. And here it is this H. And the Cn is attacking on this carbon. So here it is Cn. The rest is as it is C. Here it is OH, H, C, H, OH, C, H, OH, and CH2OH, CH2OH. Okay, you are getting this compound. This compound is known as D-glucononitrile. D-glucononitrile. Now you can see that as we have discussed in the previous class, we know that now the CO group, this CO group, now this CO group is converted to, by the addition of HCN, this CO group is converted to into a chiral center. This CO group is becoming a chiral center. So based on this newly formed chiral center, we get one more structure. That means now the OH is on the right hand side. In the next structure, you can see that the OH is on the left hand side. So therefore, you are getting one more diastereomer. That means here it is OH, this is H, and here it is C, OH, H, C, H, OH, C, H, OH, CH2OH. Okay, CH2OH. This is known as D-manononitrile. Nitrile. Okay. D-manononitrile. This is known as D-glucononitrile, and this is D-manononitrile. Once again, now we can see that in the first step, addition of HCN. When we add HCN into the CHO group, the CO group, this CHO group will become a chiral center. This carbon is becoming a chiral carbon. So if based on that newly formed chiral carbon, we get two configuration. One is D-glucononitrile and the other one is D-manononitrile. Now first step is addition of, that means this is the first step, formation of nitrile or cyanohydrins. So we get D-glucononitrile and D-manononitrile, and the chain is now the chain is containing 6 carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 carbon, and we get epimers. Now we continue. In the second step, first step is over, formation of cyanohydrin, diastereomeric cyanohydrins based on the newly formed chiral carbon. Now step 2. hydrolysis of hydrolysis of nitriles to give aldonic acid. Okay, see, I am showing here only. This is our nitriles, and now in the second step, hydrolysis of this nitriles, H2O, H plus. Okay, hydrolysis. Look at it here. On hydrolysis, we know that CN group will be converted to COH. CN group will be converted to COOH. You have to write in a separate step in your notebook. Okay, I am showing the hydrolysis here only. So this is our nitriles. This nitriles upon hydrolysis, what will get this first one, D-glucononitrile will be converted to that means CN group will be converted to COOH, and the rest is same, CH, OH, COH, H, CH, OH, CH, OH, CH2OH, CH2OH. That means the D-glucononitrile is converted to D-gluconic acid. Gluconic acid, that means aldonic acid. This is converted to D-gluconic acid. Upon hydrolysis, the CN group is converted to COH. That means I don't have much space, so I am showing that means in the second step what is happening, this CN group is converted to COH, that is known as D-gluconic acid. And this will also converted to, this CN group is also converted to COOH. It is known as D-mannonic acid. D-mannonic acid. Okay, this is happening in the second step. The CN group is converted to COH group. We get D-gluconic acid and D-mannonic acid. Okay, now in the third step, step 3. Step 3. These acids are separated, and upon heating, the acids will give gamma lactone. Okay, what you will get upon heating the acids? When we heat this acid, this acid will undergo dehydration. Water molecule will be eliminated from these acids, and what we get gamma lactone. So look at it here. We are heating these acids, gluconic acid and mannonic acid. We are separating these acids and we are heating this acid. When we heat, look at it here. When we heat, what will be eliminated? H2O will be eliminated, and what we get? We get gamma lactone. How we get gamma lactone? Look at it here. I am showing the same structure only. When you heat D-gluconic acid, what is happening? The COH group can be written as C double bond O, OH, okay, C double bond O, OH, and look at it here. Here you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth carbon. Here is also OH. Now you can see that, look at it here, this OH, and here is also OH. You can take this OH and H from here. What will be eliminated? Minus H2O, and what we get? We get a structure like, look at it here, C double bond O. Here it is CH, OH. Here it is COH, H. Here it is CH, and here it is CHOH, and here it is CH2OH. Since water molecule is eliminating from here, here is oxygen, so I am showing that oxygen here, and this bond is joining, so here you are getting this structure. See, from these two moiety, you can see that OH and H, therefore what will happen? Here is a bond is forming O and this carbon, O and carbon, and you can see that we get this structure. This is known as gamma glucolactone, lactone, gamma gluconolactone, gamma gluconolactone. Okay. Similarly, look at it here. One is gamma gluconolactone, and what you are getting here. Okay, look at it here. COH again, same thing. How will you write? C double bond O, and here it is OH, and this OH. Okay, H and OH. So what you will get? So you are getting. Okay, here you are getting C double bond O, and here it is C OH H, here it is C OH H, and here it is C H, here it is C H OH, CH2OH, CH2OH. Here you can see that here it is O, and this is okay. You get this structure when you heat D-mannonic acid, and you are getting gamma mannonolactone. What is the name of this one? Gamma mannonolactone. Okay, mannonolactone. You are getting gamma mannonolactone. So you are getting gamma gluconolactone and gamma mannonolactone. And in the last step, step 4, these lactones on reduction with sodium amalgam NaHg and H plus, we get epimeric aldohexoses. Oh, okay, that means this upon reduction, okay, with sodium amalgam NaHg in slightly acid medium H plus, in slightly acidic medium, what we get the corresponding aldohexoses. That means this group will change into CHO. Okay, the first what is happening? Okay, look at it here. You are getting look at it here. This group is changing to CHO. I am taking D-gluconolactone. Then you get CHOH, and you get COH, H, CHOH, and CHOH and CH2OH. Look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is this compound? That is D-glucose. What is that? D-glucose. You get D-glucose. Okay, D-glucose. When this one D gamma gluconolactone upon reduction with sodium amalgam, what we get? D-glucose, and when this one when gamma mannonolactone will give what you will get plus CHO, same, and what is the difference? COH H, COH H, CHOH, CHOH, and CH2OH. Okay, what is this one? D-mannose. So you get D-glucose and D-mannose. These are epimers, and this conversion of aldose with a particular carbon to the next aldose with one additional carbon. That conversion is known as Kiliani-Fischer synthesis. Okay, thank you.